Hi family, it's Dawn with Dawn's Light. Thank you for tuning in to another Wow Wednesday, your weekly word of wisdom. So, as you may notice, I got a new hairdo. I like to change up my look. I don't know if it makes anybody else excited or gets them interested, but it definitely keeps my interest. I'm looking in the mirror every single day, and sometimes I get a little bored, so I like to change it up. Well, yesterday was my 24th wedding anniversary. Yay! 24 years, right? I'm tripping. Look, you may be like, for real? I was tripping because honestly, when I think back to about 26 years ago when I met my husband, I never thought that I would be able to remain in a relationship that long with anybody. I mean, I don't like myself all the time. I always say I would leave myself if I could. That's how bad I know I can be. And so thinking about the prospect of being in love or being in a relationship with someone that long, it was almost just unimaginable for me. But we've done it and we're continuing. Now, I have to admit, and you probably already know by now, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. He would say it's all because of him. And that's not true either. We owe the longevity of our relationship to the commitment that we made to one another and to God. And we owe to God all of the grace that we've been given and that we give to each other throughout our relationship. I was looking up just kind of what it is that has kept our marriage all these years. As people were posting to our Facebook announcement yesterday, I mean, I got over like 150 comments from people. So thank all of you who took the time to wish us a happy anniversary and congratulate us. But some of the messages really got to me. There were some younger people and some older who spoke about how much they really admired us in our marriage and how the faithfulness of our relationship and the longevity of our relationship really encouraged them and inspired them and gave them something to hope for. And I was all right about that. I'm very excited that it can offer that. But at the same time, I was a little sad because what that means is you don't see this that often these days. That age of being married 40, 50 years is kind of coming to an end for a lot of people. And I'll be honest, this is my second marriage. So I did start out in a marriage and then decide, you know what, this ain't going well. And I got out. I was young and I didn't have an understanding of what it really meant to love. And even when I met my husband, to be honest, I didn't know what love really meant. And I've shared with you before, 1 Corinthians 13 tells us what love is. Now, there are a lot of terms that it uses, but there's one that really stands out. And when it comes to longevity in marriage, I think it is the one that implies that marriage is for life. It says that love perseveres. Persevere. What does that mean? Well, I looked it up. And persevere basically means to continue on a course or in a stated path despite opposition and conflict and adversity. To continue in a plan, continue in a path, in a way that you've already decided despite anything that may come up, with the intent of accomplishing or completing that goal. Persevere, to push through. When it comes to marriage, that's what it's about. If you don't persevere through the fights, through the sickness, through other people, through the mistakes, through the shortcomings, you won't make it. If when you're faced with a choice to stay with that person that you committed to or venture out over here, you make the wrong choice, it can be the end of your relationship. if the two of you aren't willing to come back together, forgive, give grace, and persevere. It's going to be hard. It gets ugly. We've had a lot of moments in these 24 years. It has not been easy. We made a commitment though, and a promise to love one another until death do us part. Now, I'm gonna be honest. There have been some times I wish for death. For myself or for him. I'm just gonna be honest. It gets rough sometimes, but I'm so grateful that God continues to give me grace and allows me the opportunity to extend grace to my husband. So, love perseveres. It reminds me of people that are in these long dating relationships and they're saying that they love. Well, this is the thing. If you've been dating, and I'm not talking about teenagers in long dating relationships. I'm talking about grown folk that have been dating or engaged for 8, 9, 10 years. For what? If you're in love, then make the commitment that says, I'm going to persevere with you. Because outside of that commitment, you're basically saying, I don't know if I trust you long enough. I don't know if I trust this relationship. I don't know if this relationship is worth it. You don't test drive a car and keep it for 6 years and then bring it back and go, I don't think I like this one. And who wants to pay on a car for 10 years and then the moment you decide that you really want it, you can't afford to finish paying the price, or the thing breaks down or it falls apart. So why hold out that long in a relationship if you don't know that it's going to last? If you're not willing to put in the work, it won't. So you either need to say I do or you don't. So that's my encouragement to you, for any of you sisters or brothers that have been in a long dating relationship. I don't know what you're fearful of, but in marriage, there is strength. There is joy. There is commitment. There is a future. It's got a great retirement plan. So we have been married for 24 years, which is over half of my lifetime. But I like to say my husband's been married to about 45 different women during that time, because I do like to switch it up. Honestly, I just think that's one of the things that he liked about me when he met me. My versatility, my diversity, or as he calls it, my split personality. Whatever it is, I'm going to keep doing that and anything else that I need to do in order to keep moving forward despite the obstacles, despite the conflict. We're going to persevere. That's God. That's what he desires of us. And that's what it means to love. So that's my moment for the week. I hope you got something from that. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you again on another Wow Wednesday. Bye-bye.